What if I told you there's a routine, a sequence so precise that it can transform how you test for accessibility and catch issues others miss? Sounds too good to be true, but here's the thing. Most testers skip these steps and that's where they fail. Are you making the same mistakes? Before we dive into this proven routine, let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered what makes a website truly accessible? Is it just about passing automated tests or is there more to it? Hi, I'm Param Singh, a certified professional in web accessibility with over 13 years of experience. And today, I'm sharing my step by step testing process, a routine to make you an exceptional accessibility tester. But before we jump into it, hit that like button if you are as passionate about accessibility as I am. And if you are new to this channel, subscribe to join our growing community of accessibility champions. Now let's get started. Testing for web accessibility is more than running a checklist. It's about ensuring your application is perceivable, operable, understandable, and robust. The four principles of accessibility defined by WCAG. But here's the twist. The way you test, the sequence, matters just as much as the tools you use. Follow it wrong and you will miss critical issues. Follow it right and you will leave no stone unturned. Let's break it down step by step. Step 1. Scope the work. Let's face it. Testing every page of an application isn't realistic. Agile teams push updates every 2 weeks and sometimes faster. Start by scoping. Because most websites are now built with libraries and frameworks like React or Angular, identify reusable components like headers, input fields, and models. If a component works on one page, it should work on others too, unless developers are messing up with you. In a perfect world with unlimited resources and budget, you can test every possible combination of a browser and assistive technology. However, in reality, you need to define which browser, device, and assistive technology to test with to meet your go-live deadlines. Pro tip: use Google Analytics to find what your users are using to access your application. Step 2. Run automated tests. As explained in my previous video, automated tools like DevTools can catch up to 40% of accessibility issues, depending upon the complexity of a website. Automated tools can help you find missing alt text. It can flag images without alt attribute. For example, if an image doesn't have an alt description text, the tool will raise it as an error. But remember, these tools can't assess whether the provided alt text is meaningful or not. Poor color contrast. DevTools highlights text and background combinations that fail to meet WCAG color contrast ratios. For example, white text on a light gray background might fail, making content unreadable for users with low vision. Unlinked controls. Automated scans identify form inputs, buttons, or custom components that lack proper labels or are disconnected from their intended functionality. Invalid ARIA attributes. DevTools can point out elements that have incorrect use of ARIA attributes. Use automated plugins to find obvious issues only and then validate manually because tools can't assess quality. Comment below with your favorite accessibility tool. I would love to hear what you are using. Step 3. Deep dive with manual checks, starting with keyboard only. Can your application be navigated without using a mouse? If not, it's already failing. Here's what to test. Check if form fields, buttons, and custom widgets are operable via the keyboard. Ensure logical focus movement. Is it top to bottom, left to right? Unless a custom order is required. Visual focus indicators. Every visible and actionable element must have an enhanced visual focus state. Keyboard traps. Ensure no user is stuck, unable to move past a certain element. Multimedia accessibility. Check for captions, transcripts, and audio descriptions based on the type of multimedia being used. Once done with the keyboard only testing, it's time to switch to a screen reader testing, and that's our step number 4. Screen reader testing is one of the most vital steps in any accessibility testing routine. It allows you to evaluate how users with visual impairments or certain cognitive disabilities experience your application. This step ensures that your site is not just functional but truly usable for screen reader users. Here's what to test. Navigate using heading shortcuts like the H key in JAWS or NVDA. Are the headings hierarchical and logical? For example, ensure H1 tag is used for the main heading, followed by H2 for subsections. Landmark roles. Use landmark navigation shortcuts, example R keyboard key, to test if major sections like headers, main content, and footer are properly identified. This helps users quickly jump between page sections without navigating line by line. Alt text accuracy. Check if a screen reader correctly announces image descriptions and if the description provides a meaningful context. For example, a woman holding a smartphone is more useful than image 123.jpg. Focus management. Verify whether models, drop-down menus, and other dynamic content shift focus correctly. For instance, when a model opens up, the focus should move within the model, and when it closes, it should return to the triggering element. Interactive element descriptions. Ensure buttons, links, and forms have clear and concise label. For example, instead of saying click here, use learn more about our services. Live region updates. Test whether announcements in live regions are appropriately conveyed to our users without requiring additional input. For example, error messages in forms should be announced as soon as they appear. Screen reader testing allows you to experience your application as a visually impaired user could, uncovering issues that automated tools and visual testing often miss. By including screen reader testing, you ensure your application delivers a seamless, efficient, and inclusive experience for users who rely on assistive technologies, cementing your expertise as a top-tier accessibility tester. Step 5. Report bugs efficiently. Your testing is only as good as your bug reports. Here's what every bug report should include: a clear title and description, actual versus expected results, platforms and assistive technologies used, steps to reproduce with screenshots or videos. But don't just stop there, provide actionable recommendations for your developers. This highlights your mastery as a web accessibility expert. So here's the big question. Are you ready to elevate your accessibility testing game? Follow this routine and you won't just be testing, you will be transforming digital experiences for millions of users. If you found this helpful, like this video, share it with your friends and hit that subscribe button. Let's make this web more accessible, one test at a time. This is Param Singh signing off. Until next time, keep testing, keep breaking barriers.